The Empire had ruled the galaxy for 12,000 years. They were beautiful creatures, tall, elegant, with silver skin and eyes like purple gemstones. They called themselves the Chosen Ones. They believed the universe belonged to them alone. Every species they met had two choices: serve or die. Most chose to serve. When their scout ships found Earth in the year 2157, they watched humanity for exactly 3 days. They studied the wars. They watched the violence. They saw how humans killed each other over land, over ideas, over nothing at all. The High Council gathered and made their decision in less than an hour. "These creatures are animals," declared High Sovereign. "They have no grace, no beauty, no purpose. They breed like insects and fight like beasts. They will never serve properly. They will only contaminate the galaxy with their chaos." The order went out to every fleet: total extinction. No survivors, no mercy. The humans were too dangerous to enslave and too ugly to tolerate. They would be erased from existence like a mistake. The first attack came on a Tuesday morning. 20 warships appeared above New York City. They gave no warning. They made no demands. They simply opened fire. Plasma beams turned Manhattan into glass and ash in 43 seconds. 12 million people died before they could even scream. Within the first hour, 20 major cities across Earth burned: London, Tokyo, Mumbai, Sydney, Cairo. The ships moved with perfect coordination. Their weapons cut through human buildings like sunlight through fog. Human military forces tried to respond. Fighter jets launched from every nation. Missiles streaked toward the alien ships. They laughed at these attempts. Human weapons bounced off their shields like rain off stone. They destroyed every jet. They shot down every missile. They broadcast a message to the entire planet. "Primitive creatures," his voice echoed across every screen and radio on Earth. "You are being cleansed. Do not struggle. Your extinction is a gift to the universe. The galaxy will be more beautiful without your kind polluting it." In the first week, 2 billion humans died. They burned forests to smoke out hiding survivors. They poisoned water supplies. They released biological agents that melted human flesh from bone. They hunted children in the streets and called it sport. Some soldiers took recordings of screaming humans and shared them as entertainment. The surviving humans fled underground. They hid in caves, in subway tunnels, in bunkers built for old wars. Governments collapsed. Communication networks fell apart. Humanity was broken into scattered groups, each fighting to survive another day. They grew confident, too confident. They believed humans were finished. They began the occupation phase, landing ground troops to collect resources and ensure no human remained alive. They expected broken, terrified animals waiting for death. They did not expect what they found. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, in a bunker that no satellite could detect, General Sarah gathered what remained of Earth's military leadership. Her face was burned. Her left arm was gone, but her eyes held something that scared even her own soldiers. It was not anger. It was something colder. "They called us animals," she said to the room. "They called us monsters. They thought our violence was weakness." She smiled, and it was not a pleasant smile. "They have no idea what monsters really are." In those first weeks of hiding, humanity did something they never expected. They adapted. They learned. Human scientists studied crashed ships and dead soldiers. They worked without sleep, without hope, driven only by rage. Within 1 month, they understood shield technology. Within 2 months, they could break it. The first counterstrike happened in the ruins of Paris. A patrol of 50 soldiers marched through empty streets, hunting survivors. They walked past a pile of rubble without a second glance. The rubble exploded. Modified human grenades designed to pierce armor tore through the patrol. 30 soldiers died instantly. The survivors looked around in confusion. They saw nothing. No enemy, no attackers. Then humans rose from the shadows. They came from sewers. They dropped from broken buildings. They crawled from beneath cars and trash. They wore torn clothes and carried weapons made from technology fused with human engineering. They killed the remaining soldiers in complete silence. Not one escaped to report what happened. This was just the beginning. Across the planet, human resistance cells activated. They did not fight like soldiers, they fought like ghosts. They attacked supply lines. They poisoned food meant for troops. They rigged vehicles to explode days after being touched. They left no witnesses. The commanders grew nervous. Soldiers started disappearing. Outposts went silent. Patrol ships crashed for no reason. The humans were not supposed to fight back. They were supposed to be dead. Generals sent a message to the fleet. It was broadcast on their own communication frequency, which humans had learned to hack. "You came to our world," she said. "You killed our children, you burned our cities, you called us monsters." Her voice dropped lower. "You were right. We are monsters, and now you will learn what that means." They laughed at this message, but they stopped laughing when the attack came. Human engineers had spent months building something new. They called it the Revenant Protocol. It was not a weapon. It was a philosophy. If humanity was going to die, they would make sure they died with them. The first Revenant strike targeted the flagship. A single human pilot, a woman named Maria Santos, flew a tiny craft loaded with a nuclear device wrapped in stolen shield disruptors. She crashed directly into the flagship's engine core. The explosion killed 3,000 officers, including 2 members of the High Council. Maria Santos had been dying of radiation poisoning anyway. She volunteered for the mission with a smile. More Revenant strikes followed. Humans who were sick, humans who were wounded, humans who had lost everything, they all volunteered. They flew suicide missions into ships. They walked into enemy bases with bombs strapped to their bodies. They died, but they took hundreds with them each time. They could not understand this. In their culture, life was precious. Sacrifice was shameful. They could not comprehend creatures who would throw away their own lives just to kill enemies. It terrified them. But the Revenant Protocol was only the first stage. Human scientists finally cracked the secret of faster-than-light travel. They built ships of their own. Ugly, brutal ships made from scrap metal and hatred. These ships had no luxury, no beauty. They had only weapons. Humans designed them for one purpose: killing. The first human fleet launched from a hidden base on the moon. 50 ships. Each one carried weapons that made technology look like toys. Human engineers had not just designs. They had improved them, made them deadlier, removed all safety features. A human ship could destroy itself to destroy an enemy. Ships could not. The battle lasted 6 hours. When it ended, 32 human ships remained. 0 ships survived. High Sovereign received the news in his throne room. He could not believe it. The primitives had won a space battle. This was impossible. This was wrong. He ordered every remaining ship to Earth. 200 warships formed the largest fleet in history. They would burn Earth completely. They would leave nothing, not even ash. But when they arrived, Earth was waiting for them. General had prepared a surprise. Millions of humans had worked in secret, building weapons platforms hidden across the solar system, on the moon, on Mars, on asteroids that drifted silently through space. These platforms activated the moment the fleet arrived. The battle was brief and horrible. Human weapons tore through ships. Plasma beams bounced off human shields that had been designed specifically to counter technology. Missile swarms overwhelmed point defense systems. One by one, the beautiful silver ships exploded. Watch from his command ship as his fleet died around him. He sent a desperate message to Earth. "Stop, we surrender. We will leave your system. We will never return." General's response was simple. "You killed 2 billion of us. You hunted our children for sport. You called us monsters." There was a pause. Surrender is not accepted. The last ship exploded, died screaming. But humanity was not finished. They had tasted blood and they wanted more. The surviving humans remembered every dead family member, every burned city, every poisoned child. They built more ships, bigger ships, deadlier ships. Within 5 years, human fleets reached space. The beautiful silver cities of the Empire burned just as human cities had burned. Human soldiers walked through alien streets and felt nothing. They had lost their mercy. They had lost their kindness. They had wanted monsters. Now they had them. The other species of the galaxy watched in horror. They had lived under rule for thousands of years. They had never seen the chosen ones defeated. They had never seen them afraid. Now they saw something worse. They saw a new empire rising, an empire built on rage and pain, an empire of creatures who had been pushed to extinction and pushed back. When human ambassadors finally met with the leaders of other species, they carried a simple message. We came in peace once. We wanted to explore. We wanted to learn. We wanted to be friends. The ambassador paused. Then your masters tried to kill every human alive, so now we bring a different message. She leaned forward. We are not the monsters you should fear. We are the ones who make monsters afraid. Stay away from Earth. Stay away from human space. Do not test us. Do not threaten us, because if you do, you will learn what the learned. She smiled. You will learn why the galaxy should have left humanity alone. The other species agreed immediately. They had seen the recordings. They had watched the burn. They wanted no part of human anger. Humanity rebuilt. They healed. They raised new children in new cities, but they never forgot. Every school taught the story of the burning. Every child learned what happened when humanity trusted others. Every soldier trained with one truth burned into their mind. Kindness was for those who earned it. Mercy was for those who deserved it. And for anyone who tried to destroy humanity again, there would be only one response: total annihilation. The galaxy had wanted to see what monsters looked like. Humanity had shown them.